I have never heard a single woman say that they prefer a guy with crappy skin. And to be honest, this goes both ways. But so many guys are shooting themselves in the foot. So in today's video, I'm gonna go over what these bad habits are and what you can do to fix them. The first skincare mistake that a lot of guys make is using bar soap on your face. The skin on your face is very different from the skin all around your body. It's very sensitive and it's very easy for it to become irritated. The sad truth is a lot of traditional and synthetic bar soaps are way too harsh for your face. Don't get me wrong, they're perfect for breaking up dirt along the rest of your body, getting in all those crevices, if you know what I mean. But they're not that great at breaking up the dirt and oil that's on your face. It's just the wrong tool for the job. Not to mention that traditional bar soaps don't really do anything for acne, or at least they do very little. They don't contain all those beautiful ingredients like salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide. If you don't know what those are, we're going to talk about those later in the video. But it does very little to prevent or to cure acne, if cure is even the right term. So if you can't use a traditional bar of soap or body wash, I forgot to mention that, don't use body wash either. If you can't use those on your face, what should you use instead? Well, I actually recommend using a gentle facial cleanser. This will allow you to get rid of that dirt, get rid of that oil, unclog the pores without irritating your face. I'll leave a link to all my favorite products down below in the description, but off the top of my head, one of my favorite facial cleansers is the salicylic acid facial cleanser from CeraVe. So if you ever see that when you go into Walmart or when you're going into your local shoppers or CVS, there's a lot of places that you can find it. Just get it, okay? Just trust me, bro. Another skincare mistake that a lot of guys are making is not washing or not changing your pillowcase. I want you to take a moment and just think. You don't even got to do anything right now. Just think, okay? When was the last time you washed your pillowcase? Too long, okay? I'll answer it for you. Too long. I don't care if you wash your face every single night before you go to sleep. You need to be washing your pillowcase or at least changing it periodically. I'd say at least once a week, because let's be honest, a lot of bacteria can accumulate within that time frame. More than likely, it's not just your face that gets in contact or comes in contact with your pillow. Maybe sometimes you get home and you instinctively throw your bag on the bed. Think about the demon time activities that poor pillow has gone through, bro. You need to wash that. You need to change that periodically. Change it or wash it once a week, because all that dirt, all of them secretions are in direct contact with your face when you go to sleep, which can promote and start, I should have just stuck with promote, acne. Another skincare mistake that a lot of guys make is not having a consistent skincare routine. Consistency is the key to everything. Getting in better shape, growing out your hair, and skincare is definitely near the top of that list. It's super unrealistic to think that clear skin happens overnight. So if you're just using skincare products when you feel like it, you're not going to see any long-lasting results. So I'm going to give you a really basic skincare routine that a lot of you can follow. You're going to do this twice a day, every single day, no excuses, all right? First, you're going to cleanse your face. You're going to use a facial cleanser to wash your face. Then you're going to use a moisturizer to moisturize your face. And then you're going to end this routine with a sunscreen. I don't care if you are T'Challa himself, use sunscreen. Like, honestly, who sold this idea to black people that we don't need to use sunscreen, okay? We may not burn in the sun, but sunscreen has a lot of benefits, okay? It protects you from those harmful UV rays that can cause wrinkles and premature aging, which can make you look 20 when you're 50, okay? I don't understand why you wouldn't want to use sunscreen. So sunscreen is very important. I advise using something with SPF 30 or above. Now, you don't necessarily have to apply it at night because obvious reasons, the sun's not out. So you could just use the cleanser and then follow it up with a moisturizer. But I do want to add this in here. Something that I had to learn along my skincare journey is even if it's cloudy outside, even if it's rain, if it's hailing, if it's snow, regardless of you seeing, physically making eye contact with the sun, wear sunscreen anyway. It'll get you into the habit of things. It'll keep you consistent. Wear sunscreen regardless of the weather outside. Now, I'm not saying that this really basic skincare routine is going to fix all of your problems, okay? It's not going to clear all eczema. It's not going to get rid of all hyperpigmentation, but it is a good foundation that you can build upon along your skincare journey. There's no need to complicate it. Stick with the basics. And I can honestly say that if you continue with this for at least 4 weeks, you should see some noticeable differences in your skin. Another skincare mistake that I see a lot of guys making is not using ingredients that are meant to fight acne. Now, I know I specified acne, but I really mean not using ingredients that are designed to help you reach your skincare goals, whether that's to reduce hyperpigmentation or to prevent premature aging, prevent acne, get rid of scars, that type of thing. A lot of guys just pick up whatever skincare product they see other people using or they see at home, but there are a few ingredients that you should be aware of. Off the top of my head, benzoyl peroxide is very good at killing bacteria on the face. Salicylic acid helps to break up that dirt and oil that clogs your pores. Vitamin C helps to build collagen on your face, and retinoids help to improve or speed up cell turnover. One thing I've learned is when it comes to skincare, it's less about the products or the brands that you use and more about the ingredients that these products have. It's all about knowing what tools to use for each specific situation. Now, it's no surprise that the products you choose are very important when it comes to your skin, but the same concept carries over to your hair. In fact, I actually have a 5-part series that goes over how to use your hair products in a way that maximizes hair growth. And I even have an 18-page PDF that goes over what products to use for high porosity hair versus low porosity hair. All of that is available in my online course, Escaping the Awkward Stage. So if you want access to that exclusive content, click the link down below in the description. Another skincare mistake that a lot of guys are making is not knowing your skin type. For the sake of simplicity, there are 3 main skin types or 3 extremes. There's oily skin, combination skin, and dry skin. And each of these is cared for differently. Dry skin needs moisture, so you're gonna need to focus or at least put an emphasis on keeping your skin hydrated. Oily skin is a little different. You see, your skin actually overproduces a substance called sebum, which is responsible for keeping your skin moisturized, but this oversecretion of sebum can actually clog your pores. So someone with oily skin may need to put a little bit more emphasis on keeping their pores clear. Now, combination skin is literally, as the name entails, just a combination of the two. Some areas may be more oily, whereas other areas may be a little drier. Now, how does somebody actually find out their skin type? There's a ton of quizzes online, and I'll actually leave a link to one down below in the description, but it really just boils down to observing how your skin behaves when you have not applied products to it. Now, please don't neglect this information. Knowing your skin type is important, because think about it. If you have oily skin and you're using a bunch of heavy products, you're gonna clog your pores, you're gonna get those comedones, and then you're gonna make the mistake of blaming the products when the products were doing their job. They just weren't being used in the right scenario. So learn your skin type. The next skincare mistake that a lot of guys make is using hot water when it comes to washing your face. The skin on your face is very sensitive, not just to ingredients and chemicals, but also to heat. Using hot water when washing your face is only gonna dry out your skin and lead to irritation. But don't get confused, using extreme cold isn't gonna benefit you either. In my experience, it makes no sense to flip-flop between different extremes. It's much better to use lukewarm water, because using hot water is not going to burn the acne off of your face, and using extremely cold water isn't going to freeze it to the point that it shrinks like immediately. Use lukewarm water. It's much less irritating, it gets the job done, and you don't have to risk upsetting the skin cells on your face. The next skincare mistake that I see a lot of guys making is using a towel to dry your face. Now, you might assume it's because of the friction. It's very abrasive, it's very harsh when it comes to your face doing this motion. So a lot of people think that folding the towel up and actually pat drying is better, but I still don't advise that you do that either. And that's simply because it's unsanitary. If you're like most people, you more than likely keep your towel in the bathroom, which is the perfect humid environment for bacteria to grow and multiply. Think about it. When's the last time you washed that towel? And I'm not just talking about the towel that you use to dry off the rest of your body. That towel you use on your face that you swear is so clean, okay? I can tell you exactly what probably happens. You probably dry your face, you get that little rack, whatever that is, and you throw it on top of there, and then you go about the rest of your day. That has been there for centuries. So unless you are using a fresh, clean towel every single time and you're keeping it stored in a dry environment, don't use a towel to dry your face. You can air dry your face, you can let it air dry, or you could just go in with your products as your face is still wet. I promise you the products are gonna use they're gonna work the same. But using a towel on your face is definitely doing more harm than good. It's unsanitary and it's definitely gonna cause some breakouts. Another skincare mistake that I see a lot of people making is not exfoliating your face. Over time, dead skin cells will begin to accumulate on your face. In fact, most pimples and comedones actually form when oil, dead skin cells, and bacteria clog your pores. It's a good practice to exfoliate your skin 2 to 3 times a week. You can use a chemical exfoliator or a physical exfoliator. Chemical exfoliator is better though. But I would say to avoid those really harsh tools. I used to be a fan of spin brushes, but between the effort of keeping them clean and the actual impact that they were leaving on my face, it just didn't seem worth it to me. So I would opt for a chemical exfoliator because it's much easier to use, much easier to apply, and you'll actually see some noticeable differences. Another skincare mistake that I see a lot of guys with my skin tone making is not wearing sunscreen. I touched on sunscreen earlier on in the video, but think of sunscreen as insurance for your skin. And I don't care how manly you are, nobody wants to have wrinkles or see those signs of aging in their 50s. Even if you're someone who's not prone to getting sunburn, there's so many other benefits. It helps to prevent and reduce hyperpigmentation. It helps to fade with dark spots. There's really no reason that sunscreen should not be a part of your daily routine. Now, this next skincare mistake is definitely going to catch a lot of you off guard, and that is not applying products to your neck. The skin on your neck is very similar to the skin on your face, and it requires the same amount of care and attention. Just imagine for a sec, you spend all this time and money building this perfect skincare routine. You're consistent with it. You got all the products that you need. You use it for years. And when you turn 50, your face looks young, but your neck looks droopy and old and wrinkly. At that point, it'll be too late and you'll be forced to deal with that turkey neck for the rest of your life. So do yourself a favor, whenever you're washing your face or applying products, make sure to apply those same products to your neck. It's gonna save you in the long term. Another skincare mistake that a lot of guys make, and I'm guilty of doing this myself, is frequently touching your face. If COVID has taught me anything, is that the majority of people don't give a crap about hygiene until it starts to cause problems. Just think for a sec, in the last hour, we're not even talking about the full day, in the last hour, try to name everything that your hands have touched. Chairs, your phone, the door handle, even the toilet. Well, obviously, I don't mean in the toilet. I mean like the handle, because like I don't just go around touching toilets. I'm just trying to make sure that you know that that's not what I'm doing. Just touching one of those surfaces probably covered your hand in a bunch of bacteria, and you don't want to give them that express ticket to your face. And if you're someone who touches their face frequently, then you're probably guilty of this next skincare mistake, which is popping your pimples. Now I get it, popping a pimple is way more convenient than waiting for it to heal. And sometimes it's oddly satisfying. But it's a quick fix that actually leads to more problems. And if you think about it, pimples actually contain a few things. There's oil, there's dead skin cells, and there's bacteria. So by popping the pimple, you're actually exposing the rest of your skin to all of that gunk. Not to mention that opening in the skin could lead to an infection or scarring. And it's important to note that most pimples will shrink within 3 to 7 days, but a popped pimple can linger on your face for weeks. So I urge you guys, don't pop your pimples. I know it's super tempting, but allowing them to shrink naturally is going to be much better for your skin in the long term. Now that you're aware of the most common skincare mistakes and how to fix them, make sure to watch this video next, where I talk about one of the worst hair care mistakes, which is using a pick. I go over some really clever hacks that will help you stop ripping out your hair and finally achieve those shoulder length curls. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.